Well, hello everybody, and thanks for joining me again. Have you ever heard of a place called Camp David here in Santiago? I've heard of it, but I've never been there. And a subscriber asked me to check it out because they're gonna come down and hang out for a couple of days. They say they want to stay there. It's like my understanding is a resort kind of place. I don't know, hotel. I'm thinking restaurant, this kind of thing. Nice scenery from what I understand. It's like up on a mountain or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to head on up there now, and if you guys are down to ride along, I'm happy to have you hop in the back seat and take this ride. So let's go. So all right, everybody, we're finally here at Camp David. It's supposed to be really nice, and it's a really nice drive up, but I don't have an invitation. I don't have a reservation either. I'm just bum rushing the place. So we'll see if I get kicked out again, right? I don't think I will. I'm just going to walk around, take a few, little footage. This is really for a subscriber. She and her husband are expecting to come down maybe next month at some point, and she asked me if I'd ever been here, and I didn't want to lie. I hadn't been here, so I figured, what the heck, let's go. It's right down the road. Let's take a look, and I just give her, I'll give you my what do you call it? My review via video. Anyway, let's go, guys. All right, so check it out, everybody. We are at Camp David right now. It's a really beautiful place. It's sort of laid back. I can hear all the birds singing, and yeah, you feel like you're kind of one with nature when you're up here. It sits up on a mountain above Santiago. So I'm just going to turn this around and let you guys see what I'm looking at. And there you go. So I'm actually in the parking lot right now. So I'm just going to swing this around slowly so that you can see the panoramic view that I'm getting from up here. We're going to walk around in a minute and see what we can see. So I'm here without a reservation or an invitation, but I am here by request. So that ought to be good enough. What do you think? There's the whip right there that got me here, and my little concho. Little inexpensive ride because you never know with these streets down here. I don't want to spend too much. Now this appears to be a multi-family dwelling, so if you're staying here overnight, you might be staying there. I don't know the name of the place. I'll try to get it before I go. But again, just a really beautiful view. Let's go and see what else it has to offer. So here's what's up there, everybody. I am chilling here. It is really, really nice. It's nice. It's like quiet. It's like serene. I don't want to say it's like heaven or anything like that, but yeah, just a really nice feel, really nice breeze, good service. Don't know what the food is like, but I'll bet you it's pretty good. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and listen, thanks for joining me. I'm Steve, and this is the good life. And to the subscriber who said that I should come, or who wanted the review, who asked my opinion of the place, yeah, I'm going to give it a two thumbs up. All right, I'm not a Siskel and Ebert guy, but 2 thumbs up. Till next time, all the best. And so, as I said in the past, Santiago is a very lively place, and so there's going to be some traffic over here passing by me, but that's all good. But the reason I'm here is I want to share with you a second place that is available to you should you decide to stay in Santiago. Give me a minute, I'll turn the phone around, and you can see for yourself. So as I'm walking along, what I'm finding, or what you'll see, is that I'm passing by a hotel. It's called the AC Hotel, and on the rooftop, if we just get past this tree, on the rooftop, there's like, I don't know, a disco, a club, a bar, or whatever you want to call it. But a buddy of mine stayed there. He said he really enjoyed it. I think there was live entertainment and that kind of thing. But as you can see, there's a lot of cars going by because it's a little bit of a busy street. However, as you can see further ahead, there are restaurants, there are bars, there are all these kind of things that you can step right outside the door and do. Of course, there's a casino inside the hotel, so you got some money you want to throw away, I'm sure they'll be happy to take it. But let's get a little closer. We'll talk more about it then. All right, so as we get a little closer, the music gets a little louder. Once I get past this car, you'll see where the music is coming from. So there's a really cool spot here. There are like, I don't know, 6 or 8 different restaurants inside there. I'm gonna have to, I don't know if this music's gonna be a problem. YouTube might not like it, but okay, they turned it down, great. So yeah, there's like 6 or 8 different restaurants there and a bar. You can hang out, you can get burgers, you can get pizza, you can get pasta. I think there's even some kind of Asian spot in there. So yeah, there's all these kind of places going on right there. And then a little bit further down, and we've not even walked 100 yards, so I've not gone anywhere. But yeah, you're gonna see that there's just so much already right here that you can just entertain yourself for a few days. So let's get through this light up ahead, and then there's more to see. So if you're looking for a place to do maybe a bar crawl, that's what we used to call it back home, this might be a good place to do it. So I'm on the other side of that traffic light, right? And then just on the other side of the street, across from me, well, there's, yeah, there are bars, there are restaurants, there's all those, like a, this is like a sports bar here, but the whole front of it is open. So if you just want to hang out and watch the game, you can do that. They've got these, I don't know, those are probably 200-inch screens on either end of it. I don't know if you can make out that one right now. I don't know if the sun is causing a problem, but, you know, because it's shining, you know, right into the lens. So we'll see how that works out. But anyway, next door to that, and that's a really nice restaurant there. A lot of people like to go there and eat. You'll see, it's a little bit more high dollar, but it's kind of cool. But the reason I'm bringing you here this way is because if you cross the street, you go right on across the street, you're gonna see a very familiar sight, right? And so another spot where you can go and hang out is right here, and you can expend a lot of energy going up to the top of that thing. But we're gonna take another look at that from another angle in just a moment. Let me get a little bit further down the street, about another 200 or 300 feet, and we'll see more. Now, as I get a little bit further down the street, you're going to see a place across the street called Crunchy Pizza. I hear it's pretty good. I've never eaten there. A buddy of mine went there. He said it's really good once he moved over in this area. His name is Omar. He lives, well, not even, maybe a couple hundred yards down the road. But you come around, you see the heart of Santiago, because Santiago is supposed to be all about love. But what we're going to do is we're going to go right down here past this truck where you see that white SUV at. And for a minute, well, I think we're going to go straight first. Then we're going to go down that street because there's a lot more to see, a lot more restaurants, a lot more bars, this, that, and the third. It's kind of like the hangout. Like if you're here during the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this place gets lit. I mean, when the sun goes down, there are people just all over the place. I mean, hundreds of people, and for no good reason other than to get out and have a good time. So let me get a little bit closer, and we'll talk more about these places too. So from here, I wanted to highlight this restaurant because this is the last one that I visited when I was over here, the Cucumaracha, or whatever it is, whatever it is, right? The one with the guy standing there with the gun on his hip and the umbrella. I doubt it's a real gun, but even if it is, you know, why not? Why not be authentic, okay? But they have like the best goat, right? I went there not long ago, of mine, and man, let me tell you, I really enjoyed the goat, and I think you will too. Now, just ahead, there's a couple of other places I want to share with you, and then we're gonna go down that street over there that I've told you about. That well, there's a certain place over there I want you to see, and yeah, I think you might like it. And so a couple more for good measure. When you're here, now it's daytime now, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So there's not a whole lot going on. People are at work doing their thing. There are a few people out for a late lunch and whatever. But when the sun goes down, this thing gets lit up. Now, as I pan around to the right or further to the right, you'll see another little place down there. It gets lit up too. And all along the sidewalk there will be people sitting out there having their drinks, having a good time, sometimes a whole family. The reason I come this far around is because when that happens, particularly on the weekends, let's let this guy back up. Okay, so now that he's done, in this area, you'll see all those little, they're like carts, but they're more like, you know how like back home in like New York or some places in Atlanta, and some big city, Chicago, whatever, you'll see people selling street food, but they have these really large things that they cook the food in. This parking lot right here will have like 3, 4, or 5 of those. So if you're just walking up and down the street and you want to hang out and you just want to grab a bite to eat, and you don't want to sit in a restaurant or anything like that, you're just out to drink your beer and walk the street. Well, there's a lot of people who will join you in doing that. And just back up there, that light where I turned, where the heart is, if you hang a left right there, there's always this lady right there. And I am just so impressed. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is or what the weather's like, she's always there selling her empanados. I mean, the girl's got a hustle on, and yeah, I can't help but respect her for that. But anyway, there's actually 2 other things I want to show you that's here, and we'll end it there. Maybe have one other place I want to show you. Yeah, maybe we'll do that too. Either way, stick around, we got a lot more to see. And so if you like a little nightlife and you like a nice place to go eat, there's no shortage of them here. So this is the little side street that I said I'd hang that left on. And so this is it. I'm going to turn it around again. There we go. It's finally cooperating. So we got this one, and these places most of them are open during the day for lunch or that kind of thing. Lunch is huge here. They eat bigger lunches than they do dinner. I know back in the States, you guys eat really big dinners, but here, lunch is a big thing. But when the sun goes down, this place is lit up. Little place right there. That's where there's a couple that I think lives in Cabo Verde. They did a video maybe a week or so ago. They went there and had a sandwich of some kind, but it had pork on it, so I can't do that. But these places are all over the place. Now, speaking of pork, you're gonna find it in a lot of places here, right? When you're eating pork or when you're eating down here. So you got to be careful. If you're okay eating pork, go ahead. That's your thing. I just try not to. They slip it in every once in a while, so I have to be careful. But anyway, one of the reasons I wanted to bring you down here is because of this place right in front of us, okay? Behind that white van, not the car, but the building. It's closed right now, but that's a really cool cigar house. That's the Atlantic Cigar House. A buddy of mine was here, and he found a way to go in there and get himself a couple of nice stogies. Now that window right there, when night comes, they'll open that up, and it's like a counter. You sit there, and they got bar stools. You sit there, and you will enjoy your stogies. And he's got a humidor that's about a 12 by 14. So there's plenty of selection for you in there. But I also want to bring you this way because if we pan right to the left, across the street from it, there's the Hampton Inn. So you can, if the AC Hotel isn't your hotel of choice, then there's a second one for you that I wanted to share with you. But then also there's one right connected to the mall, y'all. And it's only maybe a third of a mile from here. So I could actually walk there if it wasn't so hot. But so yeah, the Hampton Inn is right here, and you can stay there when you get here and be right here in the thick of it, right in the heart of the city. Not that the other place isn't cool, but I want to tell you how I might plan my trip if I was coming here for a few days or maybe a couple of weeks, what I would do and how I would approach this. I think the sun is probably got me all blacked out here, so I'm going to get over here to the other side where, yeah, in the shade. There we go. All right, so maybe that's not too bad. Now I got one last thing I want to share with you before we go, and then we'll wrap all of this up. How about that? Sound good? Hang around. And so we're at the last stop. Now we're still in the same area. I didn't really go anywhere, just back up the street and across the street. And so what I want to share with you is the last, I don't know, landmark that you'll find over here. Now just a moment ago also I was sharing with you all of these little eateries you see right here behind me. But also up here is something else I want to share with that right now. So just above me or just in front of me is a place you'll want to visit also whenever you visit Santiago. As you go up these stairs, and I'm not climbing these stairs today, guys. I've done it already, and it's a lot. But the bottom part of that building, okay, so that's like sort of a museum area. There's some stuff you can take a look at and learn a little bit about this place. Now, just so you know, this is called the Monument of Heroes, okay? And so this place was actually erected or built by or commissioned by a dictator. They had a dictator many years ago, and like so many dictators, an assassin's bullet or whatever it is swayed to him. And yeah, that was the end of that. But that's how dictators always end, right? They don't ever seem to learn. So, and I think there's one building a ballroom somewhere, I heard. You guys might have heard of it. Anyway, so that's That's Santiago, guys, and this is how I would do, say, a 3 or 4 day stay here in Santiago. I'd probably come here, hang out for a couple of days, right? And then I'd go to Camp David, although I showed you Camp David first because, well, it was requested, and information about it was requested, and I'm happy to share. So I would probably spend, I don't know, if I'm here for a week or 4 or 5 days, I'd probably spend the bulk of them here and visit many of the places, the eateries, get a taste of real Dominican cuisine. And yeah, go check out Rosie right around the corner there. She's got those empanadas for you. But yeah, I would check out each day. I'd probably go to a different one, right? And just check it all out. And even hit some of the street food over there where the vendors will be hanging out at night when the sun goes down, particularly if you're here on the weekends. But then the last day I would probably, the last day when I check out of my hotel over here, I'd probably head on over to Camp David. And that's where I would spend my last day. I'd probably go there, relax, reflect on my visit here, what I think of the place. It's a lot more quieter scene. There won't be any noise. It's really laid back. Enjoy the scenery there. Now it's not as sprawling as you would think. Perhaps in some of the images that you might see online might give you the impression that there's this huge sprawling area. No, that's not the case. And so what you won't be doing is you won't be walking for miles and miles and miles, because in a place as big as the US or in Canada and some other places, hold on a minute. I'm not sure if that big truck was making enough noise to cause a problem, so I figured I'd just wait. But in some other places, you might think of a place like that when you see the images as some rolling hill, sprawling place. They call it a Camp David Ranch. So you're probably thinking of, this sprawling place with horses and all that. Not at all, okay? It sits on a mountaintop. It is a hotel, and right across the parking lot from that is a very nice restaurant, beautiful restaurant. I like it, I really do. I would go there often, but it's only 20 minutes for drive for me from where I live. So yeah, I would spend my last day there, and then I hop a plane and go on back home. That's how I would do it. But that's just me, and I thought I should share that with you. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's how I would spend a 3 or 4 day visit to Santiago, Dominican Republic. And that's how I would live my version of the good life. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Until next time, many blessings.